Angry guy here, and Western women are speaking out against passport bros for wanting traditional women. Western women are speaking out against passport bros for wanting traditional women. So a lot of Western women now are furious that passport bros are seeking traditional women, and they're saying, "How dare these guys look for traditional women? You want someone like your mother. You want someone that's going to cook for you and clean for you and baby you and pick up after you, and that's absolutely terrible. You men need to learn how to grow up, take care of yourselves, and take care of us." They want traditional men, but they are very very upset that the passport bros are looking for traditional women. So they want women who do what women traditionally did: cook, clean, nurture, take care of the family. But these women are very upset about that. But on the other hand, they want men who will provide for them, protect them, and do the things that traditional men did. And it's quite a bit of hypocrisy. Let's go ahead and jump into the video.
My advice to them: find the best man you can at your youngest age and settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah.
As long as he can provide for her, she loves her, he's going to treat her right. Absolutely.
Bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP, go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby.
It's Jay. I want to get into this video here. This video is about a brother talking about how it is back home, and he breaks it down. He has a lot of good information, and his explanation is deep. So let's get right into that right now.
The Western woman, the American woman, from a standpoint of marriage and family, this is the worst place in the world to choose a wife. Not only the worst place in the world, it's the worst place in the annals of history to choose a wife. Attention to a woman is like crack cocaine. And so she's seeing these things on the internet, and she's got guys in her DM, and they're giving her a false idea of their value. Male attention is monopoly money. Because when you hit 35 and that attention starts to go away and you start looking for men, the kind of men you want, now you're competing with the younger, hotter, more fertile girl. There's a reason that the creator starts, you start to lose your eggs, in the mid-30s? I have daughters. My youngest daughter just graduated from college. She's 22. My advice to them: find the best man you can at your youngest age and settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah.
As long as he can provide for her and she loves her, he's going to treat her right. Absolutely. As long as they're an adult. It's okay for an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old to have and put it all out on the internet. She's old enough to do that. She's old enough to be in a relationship. It's always from tradition, and you go to other countries, the same thing. You find younger women with older men because the older man is more seasoned.
Yeah, and he broke it down. He said he won't mind it. It's understandable. You know, men understand that they want their daughter to be in the best position to provide. For a man, that they want to be in the best position with a man that can provide. And the man,
Guys, this guy, he basically said it. He has his youngest daughter is 22, and he's basically told them, find the man at your youngest age who can provide for you and is good to you, and marry him. And that's it. And he said it. America is the worst place. The Western country is the worst place for a man to look for a wife today. It's the absolute worst place. And he realizes that his daughters are going to face obstacles now, because men are walking away from society and they're choosing to go overseas to find wives and start new lives. And the men who are going overseas, when they go over there and they see how they're treated over there versus how they're treated in the United States, how they're treated in Canada or Australia, in the UK and Western countries, they're not coming back. They're basically saying, listen, if this is how they're treating me out of the country and this is how they treat me in the country, I'm not coming back to the country. All right? Or if I do, I'm only going to go there. I'm only going to work and take my money. I was talking to one of my subscribers, and he told me that he's going to start living in his truck. He's going to get a truck, and he's going to live in the truck, and he's going to work and save all of his money within reason. and then he's going to leave. All right? This is his plan. He is going to get a truck. He is going to live in said truck. He is going to save all his money, and then he's going to leave. This is what men are now doing. All right? This is how serious it is. This is how badly men want to leave the U.S. and leave Western countries right now, and women don't comprehend just how a man can live. Dude's gonna live in his truck. He's gonna work, live in his truck, save all that money. All right, and then leave. This is what's going on right now. And women think it's a game because it's been one. They set the rules. Women made the game. All right. They set the rules, and now men are done with it. Men are no longer playing the game. Men are opting out of it. But for them, they still think that guys have to play the game. Oh, you have to play the game. You don't have a choice. They don't realize that men could just walk away from the table, and they don't get it. They're like, I am the table. An empty table. Who wants that? By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. If you have, thank you so much. So turn on notifications, never miss another video again. A like video so YouTube knows that you're enjoying this content, and it will show you more of my videos. I mean, guys, this is what women have done. This is what they have done, and they're continuing to do it. They believe that they're the prize, and that the man is the provider. And if the man, and it's up to the man to chase them, no matter what, because in their minds, men will always want them, even if they are 50, 60, or 70 years old. I showed you guys a video of a woman who literally told women that she knows 70-year-old women that date billionaires.
Man that can take care of them. Usually a man that's more established. The man doesn't have to be 80 years old or anything like that. 20-year difference, 15 years, it's fine. But no, nowadays, women naturally want to go for the guy closer to their age. And we already see how it's turning out. That's turning out horribly for a lot of women. And then they're like he's just playing, they're hitting 35, and they realize where did all the good men go? But anyway, let's continue on.
This is a question for men. What is it about the modern woman that rubs you the wrong way? And please refrain from giving me an answer that applied to how life was 50,000 years ago. Like today in 2023, what about the modern woman rubs you the wrong way?
I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle.
Damn, girl. What you saying? What you saying, huh?
Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke.
Do you hear how this? She said if you expect me to bring something to the table, she's going to bring another man who's going to take care of her, the kids, and him too, because he's broke. You must not expect a woman to bring anything to the table. You must not expect a woman to bring anything to the table. If you want someone to bring something to the table, you need to go to IHOP and then tip her once she's done. This is the attitude. Don't expect her to cook. Don't expect her to clean. Don't expect her to offer anything in the relationship. Don't expect her, if you have kids, don't expect her to take care of those kids. Because a man is supposed to take care of her. He's supposed to cover the cooking and the cleaning. All right. So they eat out. All right. If they eat, that food is coming from a restaurant. That's coming from Uber Eats. They have. So guys, think about this. If you get married today to a woman in the West, you better have Uber Eats money every day. All right. You better have Boston Market money every day. A lot of these women will say that's cheap too, because they want to eat well. So they don't even want to order from these. They don't want to order from these restaurants. They want to order from high-end restaurants where it's like $100. Like, oh my gosh, their lamb is so. I love the lamb at this restaurant. We need to try it. This is a private restaurant, baby. How much is it going? How much is it for just the two of us? It's only $170. It's only $170. All right, you have that. You have that. Like, guys, This is insanity. This is absolute levels of insanity. All right, and they want you to do that every single day. That's why they don't want. That's why they want men who make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year, because they want to eat out. They want to order out every day. They want to spend hundreds of dollars on takeout in a single day. Hundreds of dollars. All right. They want to spend $35 on a juice. All right. On a juice, or like a mango smoothie. They want to spend crazy amounts of money. They don't want to save anything. All right. This is the lifestyle, and you're supposed to provide that. And they don't want no cheap car. They don't want no $50,000 car. They want a $200,000 car. A lot of these women, guys, if you notice, you don't see a lot of women driving Teslas. You see men driving Teslas. You don't see as many women driving Teslas. You know why? Because they want cars that are more expensive than that. They want a $200,000 car. They want a car that's over $100,000. And they put all these things on credit. When you look at what women have that's actually of value, they have a lot of modern women, they have very little of value today. And they don't work, they don't even comprehend it. Like, bro, how much is like, oh, she's like, oh, I have a house. Okay, dude, but how much is that house actually worth? Because that house is a liability now. All right? You have to you have to pay tons of money for that house. If you lose the house, right, you're still going to owe on the house. You mess up and lose your job, and you can't afford that house anymore. They'll take it to auction. They'll auction it. You will still owe on that house. All right? You will still owe on that house. You will still owe. That's insane. So you're gonna buy a house and spend the next 30 years trying to pay it off? You are now shackled to that house. And you're losing, and you don't have, and the disposable income that you would use as investment money, that's no longer there. But you can walk around and tell everyone that you're better than everyone else because you own a house. It doesn't work like that. The only people that should be buying houses right now are people who are using them as rental properties. Outside of the incredibly wealthy that have basically they can spend $200 million on a house and they don't even feel it. Jay-Z and Beyonce are dropping $200 million on a house and they don't even feel it. They don't even feel it. That's little. That's nothing for them. $200 million. Outside of these kinds of people, like the LeBron Jameses of the world, all right? You're not supposed to be out there buying houses unless your first house is an investment property. And you have to know what you're doing. You're not going to go out there and pick up some house that like someone is trying to like that. You're not going to go out there and pick up a house that's all pretty. No, you're going to look for a house that needs a bit of work put into it. Because what you're going to do is that you're going to get that house and you're going to put $10,000 into it, maybe $20,000 into it. And what that's going to do is that's going to then raise the value by another $100,000. That's going to raise the value by another $100,000. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn around. You're going to take that money. You're going to take that equity. You're going to be able to borrow against that. And you're going to be able to use that to then go and get another house. This is how the rich get richer. And you're going to get yourself another house and you're going to rent that out because you're renting out the first house. You're going to borrow against that. You're going to take out another house. You're going to go get another house. You're going to build. You're going to do the same thing you did there. Find a house that needs a bit of work. Put a bit of work into it. Raise the value of the house. And then you're going to borrow against it. You're going to rinse and repeat until you have multiple properties that are all rented out. And one house is paying for the other. And all other houses are paying for the mortgages. And on top of that, you have disposable income coming from those properties. So you have money coming from those properties. So the rent is covering the cost of the mortgages, and those houses are now generating an income for you. And on top of that, you still have equity. All right. So now what you can do, once you have that, now you can turn around and then you can go and buy your own house that you can live in. All right. And even then, a lot of people don't do that because it's still because they're like, you know what? I don't want that. I don't want a house eating up all my money. I'll rent. Do you know how many people own property and they don't even live in it? They're renting it out, and they're renting it out to someone else, and they're renting a place for themselves somewhere else. Modern day women don't comprehend anything because they want to live these lives of luxury that they can't even afford.
Yeah, and that's what more guys need to do, right? Take advantage of those passports. Like, I want to show my son that early. My son is out here with me right now in the Philippines, and I'm not showing about women saying, "Oh, this is why you need to get your passport." No, why would I do that to a young boy? He's mine. I'm not going to corrupt his mind. But when he gets of age and he starts seeing and noticing some things, I'm right here. Here.
By 13 years, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know how old the son is. By 13, listen. You need to start. But by the time a boy is like 8 years old, you need to start speaking to him and telling him about the world and how things work. You don't want to turn him off, but you want to start dropping some little baby red pills. By the time he's 10 years old, he needs to really have a comprehension of the way the world works and the way the world is going to treat him. By 13 years old, he's a grown-ass man. You're going to have to treat. He's a grown-ass man. He's come of age, all right? He needs to know that he's exactly how the world works, and he needs to know what he needs to know. Listen, bro, grab your passport, all right? Like, he needs to know, grab your passport. You know, I know you're in school right now. Yeah, don't mess with anyone, all right? Don't mess with anyone, all right? Forget about prom and all that other stuff. Yeah, forget about that, okay? And you need to talk about female nature. You need to explain Chad and Tyrone to him. You need to explain, because then he's going to start saying, "Oh, that's why the girls do this. That's how the girls are acting. Okay, I understand." And you need to have a conversation with him about adult content. For example, you let him know you catch him on OF. You catch him looking at OF, and you and him are going to have problems. And it's not because. It's, you know, you explain OF to him. You tell him, you talk to him like an adult, like a straight up adult, and you let him know, you know, and then you also let him know that if he's not, you know, looking at adult content and spending all his time, you know, with KY, no, that's not going to be acceptable either. No, you have to talk to the boys. You have to raise them into men, because we all went through these things. You can't let your son grow up with an addiction to this garbage. You don't want him to be, you don't want your kids growing up with addictions to this trash. You need to talk to your kids, talk to your sons early. You need to let them know, no, son, you're not going to be doing this. All right? You're not, listen to me. You're going to mess yourself up. And you want to scare them, you really want to scare them. Okay? You really do want to scare them. You want to let them, you want them to feel like, oh my gosh, you know, this is a serious thing. Dad is not going to tolerate this from me. Okay? You really want them to feel like, yeah, Dad is not going to tolerate this from me, because, you know, like you're going to show them, you're going to take them on, you're going to bring them to the internet, and you're going to show them websites, and you're going to show them what these guys who live this type of lifestyle, who spent all their money looking at this garbage. Like, listen, son, this guy just spent out $10,000 on this garbage, all right? And you can sit there with him and show him this content. He's at 13. They're already looking at this. Our parents we don't need to play games with our children. Don't play any games with them. Sit there with this guy. Sit them and say, "You see this garbage? Look at this. This is garbage, son. This is crap. All right? Don't touch this. Stay away from this garbage." I want to and you show them the grown ass men who are looking at this garbage and the way that they behave, and you show them where this type of thing leads. Okay? You let them know, and you let them know, and listen to, and you let them know what you know, the lives that women are living out there. All right? And you have that STD talk with them at like 13, because you let them know the dragon is real. The dragon is real. All right? All right? You start Listen to me. He's like, well, so what am I gonna do if I want a girlfriend? So you're gonna go overseas. All right, you'll get yourself a pen pal. Okay? We're gonna set something up for you. You meet a nice little girl in Southeast Asia or Slovenia or whatever. Okay? You meet a nice girl, and we'll set something up. But not these Western girls. No. All right, son, not these Western girls. Okay? Not these Western girls, son. That's not happening. Like we can't let the boys fall into this nonsense. He's like, he doesn't want to talk to his son about this. No, you're gonna talk to your son. You're gonna talk to your sons. You're gonna let them know exactly what's up. Exactly. You're gonna explain life to them fully, because you can't let them end up like these beta male orbiters. All right? Because that's a terrible thing. A lot of these guys can't come back from it. They cannot come back from it. These guys are far gone. You have to condition the boys to know that this is not acceptable. You will not tolerate it, and it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, and that's that. Guys, you need to wake up, and you need to realize that the next generation of young men has to be saved.
He already sees how it is. You know, he's out here now. The girls look at him. He gets that everywhere, right? He's gonna be a handsome guy. But anyway, the girls look at him and say, he knows he can get it here. Like, my son likes to wear slippers, Sanellas. He likes to wear white boy shorts, right? That's the style out here in the Philippines. So, and that's what's happening with a lot of guys. A lot of guys are saying, you know what? I can go over here, and it's my style. And it just so happens he's like that naturally already, but still, these are the options. We're going to take advantage of those options. You notice with the woman, right? When she was breaking things down, you notice how corrupted her mind is, and how it seems like she has somebody else living in there. When she says something and she says sprinkle, sprinkle, yeah, sprinkle, sprinkle. I gotta rewind that back. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like it's off. It's like she's crazy. I'm sure you guys realize, like, why you keep saying sprinkle, sprinkle? Like, you're a grown woman. Why are you talking like that? Trying to pick up the trends of the youth. But anyway, guys, let's go on to the next one.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Qualities that I look for in men as a dating coach. Number one, he's saying and doing the same thing. For me, if a guy is telling me that he's going to text me or call me at a certain time and he doesn't do that, I'm going to think that you have absolutely no regard for my time. I recently had a guy say that he was going to call me last night, did not call me, so he's canceled. He just texted me at 2 p.m. the next day saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got home later than anticipated. I don't give a fuck. It's a simple text like, hey, sorry, I'm not going to be able to call you because this. I feel like all we really have is our word. So if you are not true to your word, how do you expect me to build any kind of trust with you? Number two, is he sexually disciplined? The way that I build trust physically with someone, if they're like all over me and like wanting to put it inside of me really quickly, it's like, relax, buddy. Like, we haven't even fucking established what we're doing right now. He's like all over you, can't keep his hands off of you. If you're saying no and he still tries you, your no to him is like, try a little bit harder and maybe I'll change my mind. That to me is such a huge red flag. Guys that don't have sexual discipline are much more likely to cheat. How do you expect someone to build trust if that person doesn't respect you, and when you say no, that you actually mean no? If you have no regards for my body, then you do not respect me. Number three, how he responds when he doesn't get what he wants. I was with a girlfriend, she invited a guy that she was talking to, and he wanted to go to one restaurant and we wanted to go somewhere completely different. He didn't have to come along with us. You're an extra in our party. The fact that he had a hissy fit because he didn't get his way, you're showing me you do not know how to compromise in a relationship. He fucked it up before he even had the chance. For how they respond to conflict. I feel like if I were to say something that's bothering me or I have a problem with just overall in general, and they're defensive, coming at me, they're blaming it on me, like you're the problem, blaming it on someone else, instead of listening and taking accountability for what he did wrong, but then also trying to fix the situation, it's a done deal. If you can't take accountability, we're going to have a lot more issues in the relationship. Anyways, I have a lot more of these. If you guys want a part 2, hit the like and follow for more.
Guys, this is so toxic. It's all about me, 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 me. It's all about what you've done, and you need to take accountability, and you need to work to fix it. I'm the prize, and it's about me. Guys, let me tell you, and here's the funniest thing. If he can't wait, then he's more likely to cheat. In other words, She wants this guy to basically spend his money on her, let her drag him along, and then maybe, just maybe, she'll bless him. You've got to be kidding me. And I'll tell you who doesn't wait. Chad, Tyrone, Ray Ray, and Pookie. All right? They don't wait. They get it right away. And you know what happens? And the funny thing about Chad, Tyrone, Ray Ray, and Pookie, she can't even hear from them. She's like, oh, if I text me, just Chad, Tyrone, Ray Ray, and Pookie, they don't respond right away. They don't respond right away. In fact, sometimes they don't respond at all because they have options. Sometimes they're on the other side of town. All right? Because these guys are getting around. So she wants these guys, she wants the beta male. She wants the beta male to wait for long periods of time. All right? For something that other guys are getting right away. And here's the funny thing about that. She's in a relationship with the dude. They're dating. She expects him. Do you hear what she said? He's more likely to cheat. She expects him to sit and wait like a good puppy while she has all these other guys orbiting her and she's having fun with all these other guys. So she'll expect that they're in an exclusive relationship, but she's not operating like they're in an exclusive relationship. And he needs to take accountability. That's the thing, because only men can be accountable. Women cannot be accountable for anything. So she literally said he needs to take accountability and work to fix it. This is the modern day woman that we're dealing with. And there's zero empathy. Oh, he said he was going to call me and he didn't call me, but he messaged me the next day and told me, oh, sorry about that. Nope, too bad. Too bad. The guy reached out to you and literally told you he came home really late and he didn't even realize it. And he still reached out to you by the next day to let you know what happened. And he apologized. Nope. You said that you were going to, like, seriously, bro? And here's the thing. Men are busy. So if you're dealing with a guy who's busy, right? Then that kind of tells you that, yeah, he's probably a high value guy. What these women want is they're not looking for, like I said, guys, the plan B guys are guys that these are guys that they're using to build themselves up. All right. These are betas. These are the betas that make over $100,000 a year. These are the guys that make a couple $100,000, make millions of dollars a year. All right. These are the guys that they're chasing that are 6 feet tall and have all this money. And these are the way that they're treating these men. All right. They're not guys making 50, 60,000. They're not dealing with those guys. All right. They're not dealing with those guys. Those are plan C guys. This is how they're treating the plan B guys. Because they're using these guys. These are the guys they're going to use to build themselves up. But they want these guys that are basically going to allow them to do whatever they want to do. So whenever he's going to be there at their beck and call. Because they're looking for an obedient beta. They want a man who is handsome, tall, and does whatever, an obedient beta. And for them, these guys are average. These guys are average. Like some of the guys that you see women marrying today, you're like, that guy's a total Chad. Dude, that's her beta. That's her beta. Because, the A and B characteristics, some of these things overlap. Some of these things overlap. You could be a very handsome guy, but if you are a guy with good characteristics, if you are a marriageable man, she's going to treat you. She's going to treat you like a beta. All right? That's the honest to goodness truth. They want men with all these characteristics, and you're thinking, well, this is a very high value man. That's her beta. The plan A guys are the guys who are worth tens of millions of dollars and are like 6, 7, and 7 feet tall. All right, Kobe's and the LeBrons and the Michael Jordans. And the Chads and the Tyrones, those guys, Ray Ray and Pookie, those are the Plan S guys. Those are guys that she immediately gives it up to, but she can't marry because those guys are not marriageable men. Anyway, guys, that's what I want to know what you guys think regarding all of this. You know, Western women are speaking out against password bros for wanting traditional women, even though they want traditional men who provide for them, do everything for them. But then they're saying, you better not expect anything from me, because if you expect anything from me, I'm just going to go and get another man. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.